You should never use traffic as your campaign objective. If you're doing that, you're going to train your ad account to get you low quality traffic. It's going to hurt your business in the long run, and you're never going to be able to tap into the power of Meta's algorithm. Why? Because when you're running a traffic campaign, you're simply telling Meta, hey, go out there, find as many people as you possibly can that will likely click on this ad and land on my website. Now, the problem here is that Meta will then start putting your ads in front of the people that are the cheapest to advertise towards. So as you can see, the problem occurs because you're optimizing to get cheap traffic, but that also means this traffic is low quality and it will get you a really low conversion rate because very few of these people will actually convert into a customer. So my goal with this video is to convince you to stop your traffic campaigns, and I'm going to also show you what you should do right now if you're currently running traffic campaigns and how to transition into the more ideal setup. The reason why Meta ads and Facebook ads is so powerful is because you feed it with the data that you actually want to have, okay? So if you want sales and you give the algorithm data for previous sales, then you can utilize the power of that algorithm to continue to get more sales. Same goes for leads and other conversion events for your business. So let me first explain to you using this Miro board how the optimization process works. I'm going to break it down very, very simple for you. So this is the Meta algorithm. Now, this is the campaign targeting optimization, right? So when you start a campaign, the campaign will start the optimization process to try to get closer and closer to the ideal results that you put for your campaign. Now, if you set the campaign objective for traffic, so you tell Meta, hey, this is my budget, please get me as much traffic as you possibly can for this budget, then this is what's going to happen. You're going to get some impressions initially after you start the campaign. Then people will interact with your ads, and those interactions are data points for Meta to work with. So if Meta or Facebook sees that a certain type of person that has a certain type of demographics or certain type of behavior on social media interacts with your ad, so they click on it, they look at it. If it's a video, maybe they spend a few more seconds looking at the video than other people. And if it's a carousel, maybe they scroll past it, maybe they look at the comments, stuff like that. Those are all data points that's happening in platform on social media. So these are all data points that Meta will initially use to try to get closer and closer to finding people that will actually turn into traffic, right? Now, when they actually click on the ad, this has now become traffic. So after the click, you've told Meta, hey, you reached the goal. Give me more of this. And give me as much of this as possible with the budget that I've given you. So this is the data, the interaction data, and the click data that's being sent back to the algorithm when you're using traffic as your campaign objective. So you send it back to the algorithm, it optimizes, it starts targeting and get you new impressions, and this just continues. Now the problem here is, at the end of the day, if you actually want sales, there's a lot more valuable data points that you could be sending back to the algorithm that just now isn't happening because of the campaign setup. So let's look at the difference between the traffic campaign and a campaign, for example, where you're using sales as your campaign objective. So you start the sales campaign, the same thing happens. It starts the optimization process, gets you impressions, people interact with the ads. That's the first data point. But after that, there's actually a lot more events that we could be sending back to the algorithm to make it much more powerful. So the first data point that's actually more valuable than traffic is landing page views, which you can optimize towards. Now, after somebody clicks on your ad, they will land on your landing page. And that's a valuable data point that you could be sending back to the algorithm, because now you know for a fact that the time between actually clicking on the ad and then loading your site, we can now confirm that the site was loaded and they landed on your landing page and they've seen what's on your landing page. They might not have read through everything, but we know for a fact that they at least landed on the landing page. And that's actually more valuable data than just sending traffic. Now, the next data point is adding things to carts. So if you're running e-commerce site, if people are adding products to cart, now they're much closer to a sale than just landing on your website. So this data is more valuable. If we send it back to the algorithm, it will become a much more effective optimization process, which will get us closer to a sale. So if you still haven't gotten a sale, at least we start sending more valuable data so that the optimization process for the algorithm can be more effective and more efficient and can happen faster. Now, some of the people that added products to cart might also start the checkout process. They might be starting to putting in their payment information. Sure, quite a lot of them are actually not going to complete it. They're going to have to look for their bank card to fill in the details, and it's going to drop off. Maybe all of a sudden they don't want to buy it anymore for whatever reason. They actually think, no, it's too expensive for me. Maybe I'll do it at a later time. Maybe now it's not a good time. Whatever the reason is, regardless if they complete the purchase, we're still much closer to an actual purchase than all of the other events so far. So this data point is now the most valuable data point that we can give the algorithm to get us closer and closer to a sale. All right. And when people actually complete the purchase, that is the most valuable data you can send back to the algorithm. Because even if you don't have that many purchases and not that much data for this event, it is the event that is what you actually want for your business. So it's going to be the most valuable conversion event that you can send back to the algorithm to get it to optimize. So if we zoom out here, you can see the massive difference between just optimizing for traffic and optimizing for an actual purchase. And this is the reason you only tap into the power of Meta's algorithm if you optimize for what you actually want, and you also track the events that are leading up to that conversion event. So as you can see here, there's multiple valuable events that we can send back even though we don't have a purchase yet. And these are going to be super valuable to send back because there will be much more of these. To have the best optimization process you can possibly have with the algorithm on Meta, you need two things. You need quality of data, but you also need volumes of data. Now, the more volume of this data that we can send back to the algorithm, the better it will get at finding us the ideal users on Instagram and on Facebook to target, to likely have that turn into a purchase. So as you can see, always run with the sales or leads objective if that's what you actually want for your business. Now, I have already talked you through the different events that you should be tracking in addition to the ultimate conversion event, which is an actual purchase on your website when you're using the sales objective. So this one is for e-commerce businesses or if you sell stuff on a website. Now, if you're optimizing for leads, there's something really important to take note of, and that is that you don't only want to optimize for leads. If you actually have a sales process after these people become a lead, then it's very important you send that data back to the algorithm so that it can optimize towards the people that actually turn into a customer. So as an example, let's set up a leads campaign. Let's use the manual leads campaign setup. And I'm not going to give it any name or anything like that. So I'm just going to jump straight into the ad set, and I'm going to show you here under conversion location. If you're using the instant form to generate leads, what you can do here when you go down to your performance goal is instead of maximizing the number of leads, which generally over time will just give you really low quality leads because you're just telling Meta, give me as many leads as possible. And often that results in putting your ads in front of people that are cheaper to advertise towards. And they are cheaper to advertise towards because it's low quality people that don't have a history of data that proves that it likely they will make a big purchase. So what you should be doing is using maximize number of conversion leads, and you can integrate this with your CRM. And once the lead actually turns into a customer, you can then send that data back to the algorithm, and the campaign will ultimately become much more effective and much more profitable for your business. So as you now understand, if you're currently running a traffic campaign, just turn it off. Don't spend any more money on it. Go straight into the sales campaign or the leads campaign and make sure that you optimize for what you actually want. So now I'm going to show you how to set it up if you want to do it for the sales campaign. So we're going to click continue. We're going to do manual setup, because we want to control how we set up the campaign. Then I'm just going to skip this point right here. We're not going to use Advantage Plus catalog ads, so we're going to turn that one off, and then we're going to go straight to the ad set. Now, here it's really important that you pay attention to the performance goal. As you can see by default now, it says maximize number of conversions. If you're running an e-commerce store with multiple different SKUs, it's very important that you turn on maximize value of conversions, because at the end of the day, you want to optimize for the highest possible ROAS. To do that, you need to optimize for just getting the conversions that have the highest value possible. So you want to prioritize putting your ads in front of people that are likely to make high value orders in your e-commerce store. Now, because this is just an example ad account and I don't have this connected with the e-commerce store, this one is grayed out. But essentially, if you have enough data, this one should be optional for you. So you can click that one. And once you click that one under here where you see cost per result goal, this one will then switch into a ROAS goal. So you can actually tell Meta that you don't want them to spend all of your budget unless they can get you a certain ROAS. That's super valuable. And that is what we call a cost control bid strategy. You want to have a cost control to make sure the campaign stays profitable and you don't spend money when it's not profitable. So in order to use this effectively, you need to understand your break-even ROAS. And I've made this calculator right here for you to easily calculate that and also give you different targets. So both ROAS targets, but also CPA targets in case you can't use the ROAS goal right now, then you would essentially just use the CPA targets until you have enough data to use the ROAS targets. So all you need to do is follow the tutorial that I've made here, fill this one out, and you have a few different targets depending on how aggressively you want to scale your business. So click the link in the description of this video. I'll send this to your inbox and you can start using it and set up the more optimal setup in your ad accounts. So I hope you found this video valuable. It was a quick Loom format, so let me know what you think about it in the comments below and if I should continue to do it like this or if you prefer the high production quality videos. Also, right now we have a few slots open to work with me and my team. So if you're interested in having us helping you, click the link in the description of this video and you can apply to work with me and my team. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.